you been, brother?
Great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Yeah. Good to see you.
You too. You guys have been busy this year. I love it, dude.
Yeah, man, it's been going off. It's like, yeah, we're just having a moment to breathe at the moment, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's
just a
just been
small
nice to be
one.
home for a little bit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We start again. We start again next week.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get us going because we need to get all this shit in here. Um, I'm stoked to see you guys doing a couple of dates with Psychroptic. I know you guys did some touring with them before, but I fucking
Yeah,
love those dudes.
yeah. I mean, dude, Psychroptic, like a big influence in many ways, and
Yeah.
great guys. David and Joe, the brothers, been great friends of ours for a long time. And I mean, the whole band, really. I mean, Jason, the vocalist, is a great friend as well. And Todd, the bass player. I mean, we're great friends with all of them. So is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're always talking about, oh, hey, what are you guys doing? When can we play together? What, and it just happened that we're gonna be able to do two shows together in Tasmania.
Hell yeah.
So it's cool, man. That's really cool. That's their home state. That's where they're from. So it's going to be cool to be able to do that. We haven't played in Tasmania with those guys for over 10 years. So it'd be cool to be able to team up and do a show together down there.
Yeah, they did. So I just saw them for the live for the first time in like January on the
Right,
Nile and 6 Feet Under tour, and
right.
like my buddy's like, dude, best thing ever, and I'm like, I'm open, whatever, and they fucking blew my mind. I was just like, hell yeah, dude, like this is
Yeah,
the way to start this fucking tour.
right. Yeah, I mean, what a great band. They're so tight that sometimes when brothers play together, like there's just this chemistry there that you just can't
Yeah,
replicate
well,
that.
look at Gojira is the same way with Joe
Yeah,
and Mario, dude. They
right.
fucking just they're just fantastic. And you're absolutely right. I mean, you've got, it's much deeper than just like a musical connection, I think, at that point,
It
which is
is right.
dope.
It's something else. I mean, look at Pantera. Look at Psychroptic. Like there's a whole bunch of bands that you can look back at over the years and go, oh yeah, brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I should say I need to thank you because you turned me on to Choof before, and I fucking love that band, dude. They're so fucking good.
I'm glad you like it, and I love hearing Americans say "joof"
Yeah.
because we say "chuff." We say
Oh,
we say "chuff," but
uh,
every time I hear an American say it, they go "choof."
yeah, I guess, I guess when I think chuff, it's like CHUF.
Yeah, right. We would say chuff.
Okay. That's fucking, that's awesome. Well, that's fucking good though. So thank you, dude. Like I appreciate you
Right.
like telling me about them because they're fucking great, and I like to see like they're fucking active and got shit going on too, fucking out playing shows with you guys too, I think a few months ago.
Yeah, we did an Aussie tour with them. We had Weed Eater out here in Australia, and we had Chuff and Astro Death came along for the tour as well. We sort of did like 13, 14 shows, something like that.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a really good time. Yeah, it was wild having the Weed Eater boys back out here in Australia too. That was crazy.
Yeah, those guys, I feel like they're fucking, they've been going and now they're like, I don't know, the increase in at least what I see the activity for just Weed Eater has been like everyone now is like Weed Eater everything, like okay, like I'll take it. I love seeing good bands like uh get a larger fan base.
Man, they're such great dudes. I love them to death. Um, Wild as hell, and
Yeah. Yes.
I'm always happy to see them doing good stuff.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know, yeah, they're out there with the Melvins and Napalm Death at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that bums me out because that tour will hit here in I think 2.5 weeks or something.
Oh,
And at that point they're not on. I'm like, you motherfucker.
but you'll get the hard-ons, right?
We'll get
Hard-ons.
now we're get who the fuck are we getting? It's one of Trevor Dunn's projects, the Tachyons, I think.
Oh, okay. Because there's an Australian band that are joining that tour, and I think they're on the tour for a couple of weeks. I think we need to drop off, and then the hard-ons jump on, and they've got hard-ons. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they're like a legendary Australian punk rock band, and they've got Jerry A from Poison Idea joining them on vocals.
Oh, that's fucking dope. Now I gotta look to see like because I'm pretty sure that I don't think we have the hard-ons on that tour, but maybe. Fuck, I don't even know. Titan to
Where about?
Tachyons. That's who that fucking band is. Yeah, and the hard-ons don't come on until a couple of days after they play here.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Because I know they had a few different support acts. Yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, I'm looking at the
Yep.
poster now too.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
no. But like
yeah.
I'm down with it. Like Trevor Dunn is that dude is a musical like weirdo, and I love a lot of the shit that he does. So I'm super interested to see Titans of Tachyon and check that out in a live setting. Okay, well, let's fuck everyone else. Let's talk about you guys. Like we're here with
Yeah,
young
right.
fucking King Parrot, dude. First, a young person's guide to King Parrot. Holy fuck, dude. I am so ready for this to like be out for everyone to hear. It is such a good, solid fucking album from like start to finish. And the way it ends with pissing on the fist of the law, holy shit. It like leaves you, it just leaves you wanting fucking more, dude. The whole time. I'm
Mm.
like, more, 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 you know?
I think that was the idea, especially with that song at the end. Like we knew we had something with that song, um, and it could be it could be anywhere on the album. I think that song, but it was like the way that we kind of ended it was like, I think that's a cool way to wrap it up.
I I agree because it's it to me. So I saw this band the other night. It's a band from our area called Crop, and
Yeah.
um they're like a doom band, and they finish with this song that is nothing like nothing they've ever done before, brand new, like getting ready to come out. And they finish with this song, and the crowd goes fucking wild. Like it's a doom band, and that last song had blast beats in it, and the crowd was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And
Yeah, yeah.
it, it just like pissing on the fist of the law has you just like yearning for more King Parrot. Like, oh my fucking God, you know?
Right, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Awesome.
So how was the recording like for you guys? Well, and I guess I should back it up. Well, maybe back it up. I don't know. At that point when you started recording it, did you know that Toddy was gonna take off?
No, not at that point. No, so what we kind of started the writing. I mean, we're always kind of writing, like it's not like we aren't trying to create stuff, but having tied up in Brisbane and the rest of the band in Victoria makes it very difficult, or made it difficult. But we made a bit more of a concerted effort to start pulling all the songs together that we jammed, and then writing the rest of the album as well, probably early towards the end of 2023, and then the start of 2024. We started doing the whole pre-production process and started recording everything, just demos of everything. 2024, we kind of used the year to write and then get the recording process done. So yeah, that was sort of how that went. But yeah, there was a lot of demoing, a lot of pre-production stuff going on, experimenting with different drum stuff and guitar tones and all of that sort of stuff. So that was kind of a concentrated effort that year. We did a few tours and a few little things out here in Australia, but for the most part, we were kind of in the studio. So yeah, just getting it all together, and we did a few things differently. We tightened the whole thing up with the click track because we'd never done that before. We'd always kept it pretty punk rock, but we wanted to kind of try something different on this. And I think you can hear it in the production of the record. It's just sort of tightened. It's just tightened everything up, and just we're one of those bands that we've got our own sound. When you hear it, you can kind of just the song structures and all of that stuff, and the way that the songs are put together, and obviously the vocals too. So when you hear it, you can go, "Oh, that's King Parrot," And
Oh,
I just think
100%.
it sounds our most polished for sure, but
Yeah.
it's still abrasive and angry as fuck.
It's absolutely still fucking King Parrot, like,
Yeah, yeah,
but I agree, right? Like I feel like the production has stepped up. You guys as a band have really like stepped up as well.
right,
Which that's what you want to see from a band, especially, I mean, you guys been together what, 15 years or something?
something like
Um,
that now. Yeah,
so like for someone to stay the course and never really get better or, like take that next step as a band is like okay, I guess, but I guess most fans want to see their band get better, become tighter, more polished, as polished as you fucking can be for King Parrot. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's the thing with our band. It's like, yeah, you got to push it out in certain other little ways. I mean, it's always going to be what it's going to be. But any little sort of thing that you can do to try and improve, get better, learn more, all that stuff. We're all about it, and I think as well, something that we do well is we keep an open mind to new music and being influenced by stuff and bringing that into what we're doing. And yeah, sure, there's stuff that will always be influenced by the old school stuff that we love. That we cherish and that is the foundation. But I'm always listening to new stuff, trying to bring in new ideas, new influences, checking out what's going on, and I think that holds us in good stead as well.
Yeah. But it's really hard to like keep up with everything that's going on musically because there
Yeah,
are so many bands and every day it's like listen to this song, check out this album,
yeah,
and I'm like, "Oh my God, how can anyone keep up with so much, you know?"
with everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mind-boggling. So, what kind of variants do you guys have coming out vinyl wise? Are you doing something different in Australia than you are in the States?
Yeah, totally. Every region has its own thing. So I think we have like a blue version, like a translucent blue version here for Australia, and then and I think there's the one that's going out into stores and like into all the record stores and stuff is like a cream colored vinyl, which is we're just uh, kind of going with the theme of the artwork.
Yeah.
And then the US version on the Housecore store is, I think it's a splatter, I believe. I
Huh.
think it's a splatter.
Yeah.
Um, and there may be another one on there. I'm not too sure. And then in Europe, there's another one as well, which is like I can't remember what that one is. But yeah, we try and do something different for every territory.
Like that's great, but it sucks for me because now I gotta order records from fucking everywhere. Like, come on.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's like we have fans out here too that will buy every version of the album that comes out. They'll buy every variant, which is great. It's cool, man. It's awesome. And we got to do something different, right?
For sure. I mean that I say damn it, but it's I think it's really cool when a band like will do different variants for different areas. Because it's the vinyl nerd in me is like, okay, now I have to hunt down and figure out where I get each one, how
Yeah.
that, how's that going to work with my wife when the same album shows up 6 fucking times. I'm like, I'm sorry, you know what I mean?
I love it, man. That's great.
So, how did I guess at one point did you guys find out like Toddy was taken off?
We kind of sort of after we've just finished up this Europe run, yeah, we could just sort of sense that things were going in a different direction. You know, we could just sense that it was going in a different direction. So we just brought up the conversation like adults, I guess, and tried to sort it out. And you know, sometimes people just mentally kind of depart, and it's like, you know, I think he was sort of hanging in there a bit for as long as he could, but I was just like, man, it's not happening. It's not happening. Let's just go our separate ways. And um, you know, like I'm pretty out there in Melbourne in the music scene, so I'm like going to lots of gigs and stuff all the time. And there's definitely some dudes out there that are great players. You know, and this new guy that we got, Max, he's a great drummer. You know, he's a great player, and um, he's a young dude, man. He's 24, and he's like he's younger than a lot younger than us, and but he grew up on "Bite Your Head Off" on our first record. He he's been playing along to that since he was 13.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, so it's in his blood, and you can hear it. You can hear it when he plays the songs. Um, yeah, we haven't sounded like that in a long time. It just brings a different dynamic, you know. And he's got a lot of groove, and he's got a lot of feel, and he can blast beat with the best of them. He can do all the thrash stuff with the best of them, but he's just got this groove feel that we haven't had in the band for a long time. So it's been a real joy to start rehearsing again and just have this different dynamic come back into the band that we probably hadn't had since our first drummer. And yeah, it's sort of all the songs that have kind of taken on this different life. And it's been really interesting for us to sort of explore some of these songs, some of the songs that are on Dead Set and Ugly Produce with a different kind of feel. And we're just like, whoa, this is really cool. So we've been having fun just going through the whole back catalog. And, you know, I think Max has probably got about 25 songs down now. Um, and you know, including the new stuff. Um, but now we're really excited just to start writing again, man. We just want to start writing again with Max and start doing another record. So we're just enjoying it. We're going to get into playing live, but then you know we'll be starting writing again really soon. Like we're going to get
Yeah,
going right away.
that's cool. So it how refreshing is it for you to be like so invigorated with like this new blood, this for lack of a better term, this new child that's like become a part of like King Parrot. Does he call you all dad?
Well, he could, you know, he could.
Yeah.
Well, and we were actually talking the other night, and his dad is a muso as well. And in some of my old bands, we used to gig together. So we used to play. I used to play gigs with his dad, like when we were starting out, you know, in our early 20s and stuff. We used to gig around Melbourne together. So um, before Max was probably even a thought, you know. So
That's awesome. You know,
it's
it's
crazy.
like it's really cool to see like when you talk to someone, you can see the look on their face when they're talking about something and how like genuine they are. And I see the smile on your face is almost like this new com uh, for like lack of a better uh term, this new like completeness, that it seems like you feel with KP.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome. You know, it was sort of it was kind of unexpected, but we just the thing with our band is we always just keep trying to push forward, always keep trying to keep your eyes moving forward, keep that positive forward motion has always been something that we've had to keep going with. And you know, we had the same drummer for 10 years. We had early on we had some sort of drummer changes and stuff, and then we had, you know, Todd for 10 years. And now that he's moved on, you know, it's and then we've been able to sort of rehearse much more regularly. Like we're all in the same city now, so we can jam every week and more often if we want. And so that's really exciting for us. That means that we can be more productive. We can keep that writing process going all the time. And like next weekend's our first shows with Max playing drums, so that's super exciting for us. And we're actually doing there's a thing out here called Volume Dealer, and we're going to record some songs with Max playing drums next week. And it's all kind of live. It's like a live recording, and it's videoed as well. So that'll start to trickle out in the lead up to the release of the new album on June 6th. So it's going to be cool, man. It's like, yeah, there's some. I think you'll be interested to hear some of the songs played a lot differently. Yeah,
I really am. Like when I saw the announcement that you guys brought Max in, I was like, okay, I'm really curious what this changes because it's, I think when you look at a band and they're four or five people, you can watch like the evolution if someone leaves. Like the most, I guess the easiest like band to watch is like Metallica, like Kill 'Em All was so like Mustaine influenced, and then Ride the Lightning and Master with Cliff, and then you lose
yeah,
Cliff and it's a whole new
sure.
like world. So I'm really excited to honestly, I'm really excited to see Max behind the kit in a live environment and see what that's like.
Yeah, I'm excited to bring him to. I'm so excited to bring him to America. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We can't
Oh yeah,
wait,
he's
man.
probably never been, has he?
No, man, he's toured Europe before with another band called Grindhouse, Melbourne band. He did a Europe tour with them. I think he was just filling in on drums for them, but I don't think they brought him in as a full member. But yeah, man, he's a member of King Parrot now, and his first show is going to be at the Paramount Theater in Brooklyn, supporting Acid Bath and Pentagram.
I know. Dude, what a fucking wild freaking welcome to America.
Right,
Like, holy shit. I don't know if you've seen any of the video or photos from like the first two acid bath shows.
of
They're
course, man. I've been watching it.
oh dude, people are
Yeah,
like bonkers over it. So I
yeah.
like hell yeah, dude. Great for you
I
guys
know.
for introducing
It
him
was
that
one of
way.
those things. Scoring that show, it was like I'm so stoked that we get the opportunity to play with Acid Bath. But what I'm most stoked about is Max being an Acid Bath fan. He's 24 years old, and that's his first show in the US. I'm so happy for him, man. It's really cool, and and then obviously getting to tour with Pantera as well is a whole mind blowing um, thing in itself. But we were just like, I saw that show and I was like, Acid Bath have only announced one support for that show, and so I got on the phone to our booking agent. I'm like, they've only announced one support for that show. All the other shows look like they got two supports. Like, what's going on? And then the next thing we're on the poster, and I was
Like,
like,
dude, that's what it takes though. I think sometimes, younger bands don't they wait for someone to like call them when the opportunity isn't like, oh, my phone's going to ring. It's hold on, I need to make that call and make that
right,
happen,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, totally. And then that's one thing I've always kind of done is been on the front foot with that kind of shit. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you are a fucking workhorse, dude. Just constantly after it. And I have so much respect for that. What a what a wild bill that is though. King Parrot into Pentagram. Bobby's gonna, he's gonna look crazy and then acid bath. Like what in the world?
Man, it's yeah, it's dude. I got nothing to say about that. I just it's mind blowing for us. It's anytime that sort of stuff happens, we're just like we just take it in our stride and just keep plowing forward.
It's all you can do, and you
Yeah,
guys going from that into the Pantera run with Amon Amarth, like I am I'm grateful that you guys are playing so close because otherwise I was going to be pissed. Like, no, they've got to be on something around here. So I'm
Yeah,
looking at
yeah,
like Cleveland, Detroit. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, okay, King Parrot's in Indianapolis.
yeah.
I'll be at that show.
Okay, great, excellent, man. That's awesome. Yeah, we're just working on at the moment. There's a little break in that Pantera Amon Amarth tour, so we're looking at adding a whole bunch of. There's like a 10 or 11 day break, so we're going to go up into Canada and do a couple shows up there, and we're going to do a whole. We're going to add as many club shows as we can. Um, on the off days, because obviously Pantera and Amon Amarth aren't playing every single day, but we'll try and chuck in some some club shows in between to you know keep busy, keep
Yeah.
playing, yeah, keep it
Well,
rolling.
dude, if there's, I'll tell you, if there's something, um, if you guys are thinking about doing like a Louisville area date, hit me up. I would
Yeah.
love to get you guys a show here. I think we could make it happen pretty easily.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it's definitely happening. I mean, there's definitely stuff going on all around that area, because I think
Yeah.
that's sort of where it stops and then it picks up again, sort of not too far away. So, yeah, we're definitely doing stuff around that area for sure.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all in the works at the minute, man. So, we'll chat more.
All right. Yeah, that's fucking great. Dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Um,
Yeah, me too, man. I can't wait to come back, and I can't wait. I mean, where we live in Australia, it's like freezing cold. We're going into winter right now, and where I am, it's super cold. There's like frost on my windscreen this morning, and I'm like, and we just had winter in Europe. Like we flew out of summer into winter in Europe, and now I'm like, bring on July, man. I need to get to America and experience some summer.
yeah, I'm sitting down here in my fucking shorts and
Yeah, yeah.
freaking
I want a fucking refund on the summer that I missed. Like going into.
yeah, you're gonna get here and be like, hold on, I could go with like a spring at some point. Like,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. I mean, the day we flew out of Australia, it was like 30, so we do Celsius here, not Fahrenheit, but it was like 36, 37 degrees, which is hot, man. It was hot. It was we were sweating. It was hot, and then we flew out of Melbourne and we flew into Berlin, and it was -3, which was like ungodly cold for us. And it was, oh my god, man! Is
Yeah, you motherfuckers, like, come on. So so you guys just did you just did the run with Pantera through like did you do all of Europe or was it just part?
we did some shows in Germany. We did Belgium. We did Switzerland, Italy, France, and then we did a whole bunch in the UK and Ireland. Um, that was cool. And then after that, we joined up with Master, the old school death metal band Master, and we did like 20 something shows with them around Europe as well.
Fuck. Good
Yeah, so
good
it was cool, man. It was, if we're gonna go all the way to Europe, like I think we did 11 shows with Pantera and Power Trip, and then we did 20 something. We did a couple of little headliners here and there in between and during the Pantera run, but it's just such a long way for us to go to only do 11 shows. It was like I was like, it's let's go and do some more, you know. So it just so happened that Master were going out and doing a run, and we had the same booking agent, so it all kind of aligned nicely. We finished with Pantera, and then like 2 days later, we started with Master, so that was great.
Yeah, that's super cool. And you know, I think that was good for you for making that like happen because it's I think a lot of people, I don't know, would probably be like, "Oh, we're doing 11 dates with Pantera. That's plenty." Like, no, dude, you're already there. See what you can make of it because you've got to maximize that opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, and we hadn't been to Europe since before COVID, so we wanted to get out there and start promoting the new record and doing all that stuff. So yeah, it was a great opportunity to do that, and yeah, man, it was a great experience. We got to all the Pantera stuff, of course, was crazy, and getting to play with Power Trip.
Yeah.
Wow, what an experience! It was awesome. They were great. They were so good, and getting to see them. again after all these years. I think I saw them years ago when they played in Australia. They did like some small club shows, and that was really cool. And but seeing them now, like with this sort of new kind of popularity and people that have sort of really bought into what they're doing, it was so cool. Great, such a great solid band and great dudes as well. And then yeah, like we went out to like Eastern Europe and we did lots of crazy shit with Master. We went out to like places like Serbia and Slovakia, Romania, Bulgaria, Croatia, doing shows out that way. Some of those places we hadn't been before. Some of them we had, but some of them we hadn't. And yeah, it was great. We got to do a lot of Germany with them, and we went down into Italy, did a few shows, Austria. It was great, man. Great experience. The Master guys are awesome too, and Paul Speckman, man, what a legend.
That's
one of
you
the
know
one of the originators of death metal.
right. It I think it's so awesome to see like when you're out there working and you get these people who they were the forefathers. You're like,
Right?
oh fuck, I'm out here with this. This is fucking cool.
Yeah, totally, man. It totally was cool. Paul Speckman is a great man. I've got a lot of respect for him. We had a great time out on the road with Master. He is such a legendary dude. He's a great player. He's one of the funniest bastards I've ever met. We were standing at the merch desk those nights, and we would just laugh our asses off all night long. It was great, and yeah, we've formed a great friendship, and we message each other all the time and just check in, and yeah, it's great. I'm really happy for him. He's put in so much work over the years. Like at the merch desk, you see how many albums he's done. It's insane. Like he's got all these CDs. Like it's like
Yeah.
there's like 20 or 30 albums there. It's insane, and he's just one of those guys that stayed committed to it. He's just done it. He's had probably numerous lineup changes and all of that sort of stuff, and he's just been able to weather the storm and just keep going because he loves what he does, and
He's a
that's super
lifer, dude.
inspiring. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a total lifer, man, and it totally inspires me. And it's great to sort of meet a kindred spirit in the music world. That's like, this is what I do. This is what I do, and yeah. So there's just there's a lot of love there. So it's cool, man. It's really cool.
So like aside from the stories and shit, was there a show when you were out with Master that like stood over and above the others that you and the band were just like, man, that show was so fucking good for, whatever reason?
I mean, they were consistent. They were consistent. They were club shows. It was consistent. We had I remember we had one big travel day where we were driving all the way out to Bucharest in Romania, and we had to drive from I think we played in Slovakia, maybe Bratislava or something like that, and then we drove into Romania. We had a night off, and we stayed in a city called Cebu, and I'd never heard of it. And so I think we must have like drove 8 hours or something. We stayed in this city called Cebu, and it was great. It was cool, really cool. I was like, when you just go into these cities that you'd never even heard of or knew existed, and you're like, all right, and walking around, and that was cool. And then we drove out to Bucharest, and we'd played out in Bucharest before years ago, and it was awesome. I remember it being really awesome, and I was just surprised with how many people remembered us and came back to the show. And Paul's been out there with Master before as well, and so we had a great audience, really appreciative audience, and we just stood there all night getting photos and talking to the fans. And there was people out in Romania. They speak pretty good English, which I wouldn't have expected, because it's like some of the other countries that we played around there, the English isn't so good.
Yeah.
But in Romania, like, it was great. We had such a good night. So to me, that really stood out because it was such a long travel to get out to Bucharest. But the show was awesome. The venue was great. Sound was great. And yeah, I think both bands killed it that night. And getting to hang out and talk with all the drunk Romanian people was fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I bet, dude, because you remembered it the next day and they were like, what did we do last night? You know?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, totally.
so how much time do we have? Do you have another interview to get to?
No, no, I don't, man. I'm good.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we're not like I know how
Yeah,
they
yeah,
schedule these things, you know? It's like,
yeah, yeah.
shit. What so when you guys come back, what city are you most looking forward to like hitting?
Well, we're flying into New York. So the first show's in New York. So that's something that I don't think we've done that since 2015 or 16. We've like, it's always for us little Aussies down here, down on the island down here at the bottom of the earth. Like flying into New York's kind of intimidating, to say the
So isn't that
least. You know.
I feel like that's like the long way around, but I could be wrong because I
It
feel like
is.
you
It is.
typically
Like
fly into
we'll have to come to either LA or San Francisco first, and then we'll come over. So yeah, it is. It's a big trip. You know, it's 14 hours to either LA or San Francisco from Melbourne. So that's something. And then you got to wait, and then you got to jump on another plane for another 5 or 6 hours or whatever to get over to New York. But
yeah.
we're kind of
Uh,
used to it, man. We're kind of used to it. If we want to come to Europe or the US, that's what we got to do. So,
road dogs
um,
though, you know, like
yeah, man.
you hit that 1,000,000 mile mark for your airline miles yet? Like how close are
Oh,
you to that?
dude, yeah. So the big airline down here is Virgin Airlines, man, and we've been Velocity Gold members for over a decade now.
That's awesome. Someone call Richard Branson and just get you guys
Yeah,
the fucking all-inclusive forever like first class ticket, whatever, you know?
right. Yeah, yeah. They roll out the red carpet for us at the airport. That's for sure. They don't.
They
but
they
um,
do.
but
Richard
we
Branson shows up himself just to open the door. King Parrot's here. Let's fucking make
yeah,
this
yeah,
happen.
yeah. He's definitely made his fair chunk of cash out of us over the years. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think flying into New York is going to be amazing, and doing that sort of that show with Acid Bath and Pentagram are going to be really cool. We're playing we're playing in LA at the Forum, which is to me kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like that's where the Lakers used to play. So for us, that's like insane. I mean,
Yeah. Was
all
that
those men. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say was that was the last Slayer show. I think that's where they ended their like careers, I guess.
It's true. Yeah, it's true, man. It's a legendary venue, and yeah, so that's cool. But like there's so many places that I love in America, and when we came back in 2023 after COVID, yeah, just sort of like because we're so far away, it's you forget how much is going on in America all the time, and how many friends and people we know over there. It was like, wow, man, like it was so cool. Every place we played, we did 36 shows, and every place we played, there was a friend, at least one or two friends, but people that we'd met before, sometimes more, that we could hang out with and do stuff with and go get a coffee with, or just have dinner with, or whatnot. So that was really cool, man. And yeah, so I'm just excited to get back. But yeah, there's so many places. It's like we've got people in Detroit and Chicago, and we're going to get up to Canada. So I'm really looking forward to going to like Toronto and Montreal and Quebec City. We've got friends in all those places, and Minneapolis, and yeah, man, it's so many. It's so many.
I,
It's nuts. Seattle,
oh yeah. Like I'm
all
sure, I
over.
mean, you guys been for being a band so far away, you guys have toured over here for what, 10 or 12 years now at this point. Um,
Yeah,
so you know, it's got to be really cool to see all those familiar faces. You're just like, okay, like I know it's been a couple of
yeah,
years, but great to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
you again. It's like your road family, you know?
Totally, man. Yeah, like Texas. When we come down to Texas, it's like it's awesome. It's like it's like it feels like a homecoming almost. But places like Austin and Dallas and then Louisiana, where Housecore Records is kind of based, and that's we very at home in Louisiana. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, right there with Housecore Records. I mean, that's the fucking whole damn near the whole cruise right there, you know what I mean?
Totally, man. Yeah, there in Texas, it's like we've got a lot of friends down that way, so it's awesome, man. It's yeah, still just kicking ourselves that we get the opportunity to do it. Very grateful.
For sure. You guys gonna try and do anything with Nest while you're here?
Well, I'm in contact with John Jarvis quite a bit, and I would love to. Yeah, if the opportunity comes, absolutely. We played with them last time. We did a show with them in New Orleans to kick off the tour, but this time we're going into New York. So I'm not sure, but if the opportunity arises and we can do something with Nest, of course we'll do it for sure. Absolutely. Maybe Child Bite too. We can hopefully try and get something going with those guys. I think we're trying to get a Detroit show happening, like a club show. So yeah.
Well, I mean, like Shock Narcotic is doing a few of those
Right.
dates too.
Right, totally. Yeah, they got a new record coming as well, and Adam Jarvis is playing drums with them now as well. So he's a good friend as well.
Well,
So
yeah,
it'd be great to try and catch up with as many people and share the stage with as many bands as we can.
yeah, Don Slater from Battlecross is doing the Shock Narcotic stuff too.
Okay, Battlecross are a great band. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
yeah,
those dudes, man. I wish they'd do some more stuff.
yeah. They haven't played for a while, huh? They've been a bit quiet.
They went on hiatus in 22, I think.
Okay, yeah, yeah. We played with them. Yeah, we played with them a couple of times. I think once or twice. Yeah,
Yeah, I think they played the Devil Driver and Anselmo and the Illegals or Super Joint show in when you guys were in Michigan at Diesel.
maybe they did. Yeah, maybe they did. And I think we played Berserker Fest with them too. That was in somewhere in Michigan.
Pontiac.
Yeah, Pontiac. Right. Yep.
Yeah, because I think Sean was putting that on, right?
He did. Right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, man, what a great little like musical community Michigan has too. Like there's so much talent there. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we were. Yeah. For us to get on that show was just like so cool. Like Negative Approach, Macabre. I was like, what the hell? Like, I've
Yeah.
been listening to Macabre since I was like 14.
You're
Never did
like,
I
"Oh
think
my
we'd play with
God."
him.
Right.
Yeah, right. A Negative Approach, great band as well, and big influence. So, yeah, it was cool to be able to sort of see all that stuff and share the stage. Really cool.
How did, how did those like larger crowds playing those Pantera shows, how did those guys take to you?
Yeah, it was interesting. Some places better than others, but we're always kind of say playing in front of the Pantera crowd. It's like some of them, like maybe half of them, Pantera's as heavy as they'll go, and then for the other half, Pantera was like the gateway drug to the heavier stuff.
Yeah.
So yes, some of the people who kind of look at us and be like, "Wow, this is bit too extreme for me," and then the other half, you can see him like, "Oh yeah, going nuts," And but I would say more often than not, man, we had a mosh pit going after the first couple of songs, and obviously, I'm giving them as much encouragement as they need
Oh yeah. No,
to do it. But I
so
mean,
were you able to get into the pit with them?
no, 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 no. Had to behave myself.
No, no, like that's not a King Parrot show. If you're not in the fucking pit, dude, that's not a King Parrot show to me.
Well, look, I'll just say this: that sometimes playing those kind of shows, you kind of got to toe the line, a
That's
little bit.
yeah,
But
I get it.
I think the intensity of the stage show in itself and the way that we perform is, you know, I think it's enough to make, raise some eyebrows, because
Oh, for
we're
sure.
certainly, yeah, we're moving around a lot. We're energetic bands, and we've got a lot of energy. So I think that translates really well. I mean, it's always different from, playing a small club where the audience is right in your face, to playing those massive shows where the audience is like 10 meters away,
Yeah.
and they're behind the barrier. So I love to do my best to try and make eye contact, and bring the audience in, to make them feel like they're part of it. And it still seems to work. It still seems to work quite well. I mean, I think by the time we'd sort of, in Europe anyway, by the time we'd sort of started to feel comfortable, we got into the UK, and some of the best shows for that, on that Pantera run, in Europe, was in the UK and Ireland. Ireland specifically was great. Ireland was awesome. I think they were very grateful that the tour came over to Dublin.
Oh yeah.
Lots of people came down from Belfast, and they just, sometimes I find that those places that the tours don't always go to are always so much more grateful that you can make the trip over. And yeah, we definitely made a lot of new fans in Ireland. I know that for a fact.
That's super cool. I know like where I'm at, um, because of I think because of Louder Than Life, a lot of the tours skip us because everyone's like, well, we'll just play Louder Than Life, and that'll
Yeah,
be our one time in the city. And
yeah,
like I get it, but damn it, man, I want to see a band like headline in a club, or
mm,
another venue, and you can get a full set from them and not there like 25 minutes. Come on, you got to go, you know?
yeah, 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 totally right. Yeah, yep, yeah. I hear you, man. It's just one of those things about the music biz that it kind of sucks sometimes. It's like,
Yep.
but you just got to do what you can do, and make the best of it. And I think for a band like us, it's like when we get the opportunity to come to Europe, or the US, it's like we got to make the most of it. So we got to try and play in as many places as we can in that short period of time that we can come over. Because unlike the US bands, like I see bands like I Hate God, for example, will play. They do these 2 week runs, and they're just sort of hitting one part of the
Yeah.
country, but they're playing all these little markets that, and it's great. I mean, that's what we'd be doing if we were in America, for sure.
Right.
Without doubt, we'd be applying that model of touring to what we do. But because you know we can't do that, it's like we're doing 6 weeks, and we're going to run ourselves into the dirt.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna be
You know,
fucking exhausted. Like
yeah.
like
No,
this.
we'll do six weeks. We'll play nearly every day. Maybe have 1 or 2 days off. That'll be it. We'll just go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
I know the
So
guys will be like, we have like 2 or 3, 4 days off, and I'll be like, yeah, we,
no.
we're here to play.
Yeah.
We're here to play, man. We got to play.
Yeah, for sure. So are you guys I- are you guys here, like, how late are you here in September?
We are. I think the final show is on the 13th of September.
Oh, okay.
First show is on the 25th of July with Acid Bath, and then the last show is with Pantera on the 13th of September. So it's
Dude,
like 6 and a bit weeks.
you should try to like get on Louder Than Life as like a last minute thing, because it's only a couple of days after the 13th.
I'll We're already pushing the limits of what we can do, but we're already, just in terms of, like we all work, and we've all got jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're already pushing the limits, So, it sort of falls within that kind of, it's like, yeah,
Yeah, this is kind of the hard stop.
yeah,
We've got a
yeah.
life to get
And
back to. Yeah.
if we were from America, man, we'd be, of course, we'd be doing all that shit. We'd be trying anyway, we'd be definitely putting ourselves out there for all that sort of stuff. So it's just when you're from Australia, this is sort of how it goes. You kind of get that tour package kind of deal, and it's like, it's just cool that we get to do it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to it. I can't wait for you guys to be back here. We're you. I don't know if you remember the last time you and I talked. I was telling you about like I drank too much and I didn't remember uh, Lamb of God and Pantera like taking the stage.
Right.
Well, that's the same venue where I'll see you guys open that show.
Great.
So I'll remember it this time. Like,
Right.
okay,
Unreal, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Yeah, we'll have to try and catch up and hang out.
for sure, dude. Yeah, just we'll connect closer too, but we can go do Kuma's Corner or fucking go get pizza, whatever you guys want to do. We'll make some shit happen.
Truman's Corner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I think I've been there before.
Yeah. Yeah, the heavy metal burger bar.
Yes, yes. They did it years ago, like maybe a decade ago. They did a King Parrot burger or something like that. I'm sure. I'm
Dude,
hoping it didn't have a King Parrot in it, but
yeah. Yeah, or if it tasted great, whatever. Like,
just
yeah,
walk out with a bunch of feathers hanging out your
it's
mouth.
like
Yeah.
it's like holy shit, that thing's colorful. What's going on?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm sure they did one. I'm sure they did it like years ago. They did one. I'm sure we went there. I think we took photos there. So yeah,
I well, I'll call him and we'll get him to do it again, dude, and then you can go
great,
take photos of look at it's us again.
awesome, man. That'd be awesome. I'd love that.
Hell
That'd be
yeah.
great.
Youngie, I know you got a bunch of shit to do today, so I'm not
Sure.
going to keep you all day. Dude, I appreciate your time. I know it's the most valuable asset we all have, so I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your morning to come chat with me.
All right, man. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your support. We're very grateful, and yeah, I'm looking forward to catching up and hanging out when we get over to the States again.
Hell yeah, dude. Have yourself a great day.
You too, brother. Take care. Thanks.
Thanks. See ya.